Welcome back to Books and Bullshit.
This week we read Rebel Witch by Christian Cicerelli. Probably should have forgotten the name so quickly there
I
for a
will
second.
say the first half of this book bored me. The second half was better. I think the first book was the best out of the two.
Yeah, I liked the first book a lot.
To me, this second book was very mediocre.
Yeah, it just didn't hit the same. I really had problems with the fact that they just kind of ignored what his brother did.
Right? The brother's just dead.
Yeah, just dead. He's it doesn't matter that he was the reason, all of that stuff kind of happened
Right.
later.
They're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just ignore it all.
I don't know. I also felt like Rune wasn't written as well in this book as she was in the
In
in
the
the
first.
first. Yeah, I just kind of felt like her character kind of got like the main point of it got lost a lot.
I feel like it felt very, the word I'm looking for, not rushed, because it was very
Dry.
slow. Yeah. It was very dry, but I also like for the fact that there was like they were building up for a war, like the actual fight scene wasn't very long between
Yeah.
like the two fractions, I feel like. And I also just
I don't know. Like even in the first book, like I was telling you, I felt like Gideon and Rune's relationship wasn't very like
I also
authentic. I guess it felt very like stiff.
wasn't a big fan that she was somehow their half sister and long lost. Kind of was just like felt very unnecessary plot point.
Yeah.
Not gonna like, I don't know. I was kind of just
You're a
like,
long lost half sister.
and I'm gonna murder you to resurrect my other sisters. Which, based upon that spell, it says you could only do it per like one. So I feel
So
like,
which sister was she
yeah,
picking?
yeah, like which one of her sisters was she gonna pick? Because it says that you drain one life force into somebody else. So, or was she gonna pick both, and each sister was just gonna have half a life force? Like
No, they
that
only
seems.
get half a body and they're like one mutant, like four armed, four legged.
They're like two souls in one body, constantly fighting for
Yeah, like
control.
is it like a weird multi personality body situation? They just like swap in and out.
Right? Like, because it didn't seem like she'd be able to murder the Rune to get both her sisters if you only get to do one life
Yeah, unless
force,
she's murdering herself, fucking too.
which she wasn't about to. So, like, which of your sisters are you picking?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It kind of felt like the
Or was she gonna
author,
have a
if
kid
they
and then
had
just
just
murder her child to resurrect the other sister eventually?
or it almost kind of just felt like if the first book had just a little bit more added on to it, you could have wrapped it all up without the whole second book. Like, had we had the moment at the end of the first book where, like, the ground starts ripping apart and Gideon and her are staring at each other. Okay, cool, that happens. But then when they run into each other in the bathroom, very beginning of the second book, communication. I didn't betray you. I feel really betrayed by your brother. Fuck your brother. Yeah, fuck my brother. You know what? That asshole's the reason why my trauma's not fucking dead. Not you. And then, like, team up and fucking murder the bitch. Over.
Done.
No need for the whole second book. Literally, it would have been that simple. It's just one moment of communication. They team up, join forces, do some shit, murder the bitch, over and done with. Big bang bang scene. You know?
Right? I mean, I do like how in the end they did decide that, like, the way that the witch hunters and the witches have been ruling things was you went from one extreme to the next, and neither was good because they
Yeah.
were, at one point, like, no matter, like,
But those are details that could have been just worked out.
It could have, but I was like, I did like how
her and Gideon pair up, and as they fight to take down that fucking bitch, boom, they find the solution, the balance, and then they come forth with their new society right after they ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead, or you know what I mean?
right, because like
on the bitch.
I do see why the witches, were picking, because like if they didn't pick Seraphina, they're gonna keep being hunted and killed. And at the end of the day, we're all kind of selfish, and we're going to pick self
I still just
preservation out of anything else. But like, if they were just like,
the choices we make in extreme fear. I mean, it applies to even today's society and the choices that we make that we wouldn't normally make, but we do because we're scared or, we feel we have no other choice. When you are backed into a corner, of course, you might try to like fucking go to the place that's gonna fucking feed you.
And I totally get where the blood witches were coming from when they first started, in the sense of like, okay, we need to murder all these witches that have been in high control, torturing other people to get like, yes, okay. But you didn't need to kill innocent fucking children who didn't even know they were witches when your war was fucking going on.
Exactly.
Like, that's where they fucked it. Like, oh, you're just gonna murder children now? Like, how are you any better than the witches?
I think the hardest part about the second book, or maybe just the series in general, because like I liked the first one a lot, but like, I still had like issues with it, and all of this is that it's a story that's been told.
Yeah,
quite a bit, and then it was told pretty dryly and boringly, especially in the second book. And the second book is where, like, it is forgivable when a first book drags out and is slow. We're world building. We're getting to know the characters. We got to know who's who and what's what and why, where, and who and why and all that shit. You know what I mean? But, like, second books, especially when they're going to be the only two, that's the action. That is the also grand punches, the fucking big moments, and the whole first half of book 2 is
boring. Also, I would say book 1 I felt was less dry and boring than book 2.
Yeah.
Book 1 I was like pretty actually invested in, and I was like, oh, this is actually a really fun read. Like,
I liked it a lot.
I was like, there's actually some
romance. I felt like their romance went from like, we don't like each other. Like, oh my god, I love him, but I can't tell him. Just tell each other, fuck!
But I felt like the action in book 1 was more there than the action in book 2. I also just like how, like, even in the end of book 2, some of the Bloodguard was like, they didn't see how they weren't any different than the fucking witches.
Well, yeah, and
which is like, human-wise I get, but also like internally I'm like, fuck all of you.
Yeah, I think another big issue I had with it all. Oh my god, I'm just like so wiggly today. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Anyways, I think the big issue I just kind of had with it all is it's just like, you're going through it and you're like, okay, so when's the big moment? When's this? And then it's just like, it's not really coming. And then when it does finally come, it's not even very big.
Yeah.
Like, why? The first book had so much action. Like, she's getting fucking groped and slithered down and down caverns and shit. Like, that was nice. This one, not so much.
Not so much. No. Also, he hated her for like, dude. She used her menstrual blood. Like, she is so not like the other witches. Like, and yet you're gonna like deem her the exact same as the one who was torturing you.
And she like literally uses her period blood to cast spells.
Also, like the fact that like she literally like uses herself to break his curse, and even after that, like part of him is still just like, but witches, like. Fuck you! Do you not see her wounds? Her scars?
Just ridiculous. Yeah, it's just another big book where the main plot point was a lack of communication.
I fucking hate lack of communication. It's like my least
I'm not
favorite
a bit,
trope.
Yeah, it's not
it's my absolute, you know what, no, it's not my least favorite trope, because my least favorite trope is pregnancy trope. I hate the pregnancy trope.
I don't read pregnancy trope at all. I won't even, like, if I even start to read the back of a book and it's like, it involves a single mother or like a pregnant chick, I'm like, I just won't read it. I'm like, see, I'm a mom in real life. I don't want to read about you being a parent.
No, that's fair.
Just don't.
Mine's not that. I just hate when they use the pregnancy trope as the main guiding force of why the couple is together.
Yeah.
It annoys.
I just don't like it, but I don't, like, even in Sims, I don't, like, I'll make families and then leave them to develop in the world on their own because I don't want to raise the fucking babies. I wait till those kids are grown and then we play with each other again, but not fucking before then.
So yeah, my least favorite is pregnancy trope, and just, it's not for me. Yeah. Don't like it. And then I would say it's the miscommunication trope.
Yeah.
Just because, just communicate, because I also hate miscommunication in real life. I absolutely hate it. I really don't want it in my books. Like, just fucking talk to each other.
Frustrating because they'll be in their heads like, this is when I want to say them.
Then
I looked at her face. I'm so fucking pissed that she looked at me. I'm never gonna tell her I feel. And it's just like, and then all of a sudden he's like fucking like throwing a drink on her or being a dick to her, and it's like, how are you sitting there in your head being like, I love her, she's the sun, she's the moon, but God, I wish she would just tell me what's going on with her. And then the second you see her, you're like, wow, princess, what a whiny brat you are. Flip. Like, I literally read a book the other day where the girl is like, she's not even like fucking complaining. She's literally just telling you that, like, don't fucking touch me. And she was just like actively fucking whipped with like a 9 tails or, you know, fucking, or no, 6 tail whip that had metal serrated knives on the end. And he fucking and his friend is like, she was just whipped, you know, and they're like going over and he's like wanting the information from her. But this is Dark Oz, by the way. And this man, whole ass, fucking tackles her to the fucking ground. She's just been whipped. Just fucking to the ground because he just doesn't fucking like her. And then later, she's getting all like patched up and shit by the other 2 guys, and she's just like fucking screaming and then passing out. And then we get to the guy who tackled her's fucking viewpoint, and he's like, I had to listen to her scream for hours, and I feel bad about tackling her, but like, I ain't fucking her. She's trouble. 2 chapters later, I'm fucking her.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
This book is so rushed. It's good, but it's very rushed. Like, they're 2 weeks in, and she's just like, fuck it. She's boning 2 of them. She's not boning the Tin Man, though. Just the Lion and the Scarecrow. It's actually pretty good, sorta.
You're like, it's all right. It's okay.
It's just rushed. It's good for a rushed book. Like, the story is like really, really well in Dark Oz, because like you have Dorothy who's being raised by her Aunt Em, like, you know, typical, except they all like live in Oz, and Oz is like this big land, and it's like in our world because like one of the men is from Italy. The Tin Man is from Italy. So, and the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man run the Yellow Brick Road like cab company, and then Dorothy's being raised by her aunt who runs the farm, which is a business that takes women and sells them for profit. And Dorothy spent her whole life being like beaten, and when she found out her aunt was going to sell her for money, she like had sex, so her aunt, to punish her for that, sterilized her so she could pimp her out, you know. And then she got given to the Wicked Witch of the East and bashed her fucking head in with a snow globe because the Wicked Witch of the East whipped her and shit within like minutes of owning her, is like beating the shit out of her with a whip. And so then she flees with some help, and then she meets Crow, who is the Scarecrow, and he's like smitten. Fucking love her. 5 minutes in, that's my chick. She's a badass. I watched her bash that witch's head in with a skull, and fuck yeah, she wasn't sexy doing that in nothing but her panties. You know, basically, like, that's my woman.
Yeah.
Okay, brings her home, and then the fucking Lion is like, oh, no, I fucking hate her Aunt Em. She stole my sisters and beat my fucking village to death. Fuck her. And then he's like, actually, wait, no, she's really hot and really brave because she handled that whipping like a champ. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm a fucker. And so far the Tin Man's like, she's trouble. The worst kind of trouble. We really should just get rid of her, but God, is she hot. I'm going to take really good care of her and act like I'm really indifferent to her. But fuck in my head if I'm not calling her hot every 10 seconds. I'm really excited to see where the rest of the books go. I'm enjoying a Wizard of Oz retelling. I normally like Peter Pan ones more, but this is cool. I might read Wicked. I feel like I can get into it now.
You're like, this is okay. This is fine.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like Dark Oz might be like a little bit more fucked up maybe than Wicked is in a way, because like we're selling people for sex and you know, whipping them and shit.
Not the greatest things to do to people.
a tad morally gray. If I do say so myself, I will say I appreciated the list of hotline numbers at the beginning of the book.
I just haven't loved any of the books we've read so far.
No, I've read some real fucking bangers outside of the podcast, though. I think that's what's been kind of really shitty for me is we've been reading some real.
I know,
but because oh my god, Fourth Wing, I'm still feeling angry about that second book to the point like I can't even imagine reading book 3 yet.
I don't want to read book 3 yet.
I don't want to read book 3 until the series is like basically done, and then I'll just fucking maybe knock it out or something. But like,
I want to read book 3 and 4 as like right around when book 5 is coming out.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And then I'll just read book 5.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't want to wait. I don't want to read book 3 and then have to wait like 2 years for book 4.
Yeah, me too.
Mainly because
I'm waiting on enough books right now. I have a rule. You know, I'm excited for the second book of Quicksilver to the point that oh my gosh, I have to tell you. So Callie Hart released that in like a couple like late, I think it's here soon, like August or whatever. Quicksilver is getting released with a special edition, and then she announced Brimstone special edition. I pre-ordered both of them. I was like, I'm not missing the pretty books. Kayla always gets the pretty books. I want some pretty books. I'm getting the special editions. I ordered them the second the email came, and I was like, fuck this.
I don't even think I ordered.
Yeah, no, see, I beat you. I'm so happy. Yeah, wait, here, look. So if you click on it for your, here, and then you click on hardcover, it will, see, and then it tells you that you will not get it until August 19th. But that's the special edition she's doing, and it matches Brimstone.
Gotcha. The new covers are pretty cool, but I honestly,
and then Brimstone looks got red pages, like gold.
See, I would pre-order this one. I don't know about Quicksilver because it doesn't have the pretty pages.
Yeah, see, it's silver pages. It's gold and silver. The pages will be silver. You can't tell in the picture because fucking this, but they're silver. In the email, you can tell, but those are silver. Gotcha. They're not just white.
I don't know.
Which is why I just wanted the pretty ones. You always get the pretty books. I wanted the pretty books. I just wanted to sit there and be like, I got the pretty ones.
See, I want to buy this pretty one.
Ooh, when
I already have the book, and I really don't need to order the pretty book.
When the Moon Hatched comes out, the second one comes out later this year. I'm super excited for that. I will probably buy that.
Did you not hear? She's postponing the release. It's probably not going to happen until 2026.
No,
early into 2026. But that's the second one.
It's okay. Nobody ever makes me wait as long as Erica Woods has been making me wait, but I'll probably wait. I'll fucking extend dying to wait for that book, so that's all right.
Okay. We should probably not be looking at other books.
Anyways, the Blood of Hercules was fucking phenomenal. That's one we should have read for the podcast.
I own it. I haven't read it yet.
It's so good. I can't wait for the next one. I loved it. We should have read it for the podcast. I wouldn't be able to shut up.
I know. It sounds so good.
I'm excited for the second one, Games Gods Play.
Yes, I am excited for that one.
That was another good one we've read recently.
That one I did pre-order.
I think I did too. I think I had you.
Yeah, you had me pre-order it.
Pre-ordered it on your Amazon for me. Yeah. Me pre-ordering books finally. I feel so elite. I actually was just talking to Scott. I'm going to rearrange my little crafting corner. So I'm going to move my art supplies and the needlepoint stuff and my makeup and all that from the black bookshelf right by my bed. I'm going to move those onto the dresser and onto that black bookshelf. And I'm going to move all of my books onto the black bookshelf right by the bed so I can reach them easier. Because now that I finally read an actual physical book for the first time in a while, I think I can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I can. It didn't hurt my eyes too bad. I just might not be able to read unless there's like a fucking lamp right here, basically.
Yeah, that's fair. I am just excited to hopefully read a good book.
Yeah, I guess that brings us to our
new portion that we're doing where we don't want to just decide what we're reading. We're pulling from a jar now. Yep. We have a couple of options in here.
Maybe a less chance at reading trash.
Maybe. You never know. And we're just going to pull a book. Okay. What we pull, what we read.
Okay, should I look away? Yeah, I should probably look away.
Just look away, pull the book.
Got one. Okay.
Hopefully it's good.
All He'll Ever Be by B. Winters.
W. Winters.
I don't know why I read that as a B, because that is a W.
Clearly a W. The rest of my handwriting's trash, but that's fine.
Yeah, you know what? It's all right. All right. So I guess we will see you guys when we finish All He'll Ever Be.
Hopefully in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully. Unless it's garbage.
Unless it's garbage, but
sorry, we take forever.
But fingers crossed, we'll be back in 2 weeks with All He'll Ever Be
by W. Winters.